Hi, Sarah back here with another video about Trump, character Trump, and the election, the role he's gonna play, this is gonna play for the election 2020, and also how the pandemic we are living right now is connected to all this.
Maybe it is overrated, but whatever they start yelling, we want more, we want more. You know, they always say, we want more, because they don't want to give you credit. Then we do more, and they say, we want more. But we have the greatest testing in the world. And don't forget, we have more cases than anybody.
So was on May the 15th on MSNBC, and we are May the 15th. And he is talking, we want more about, they want more about the testing.
Yelling, we want more, we want more. You know, they always say, we want more, because they don't want to give you credit. Then we do more, and they say, we want more. But
Nobody says we want more. Nobody. There is no one I know. There is no one on social media. There is no one I know personally. There is no one on TV, unless they are paid crisis actors, that they say we want to be tested. The only one that they were saying this are these people, the puppets that we see. Could be politicians or could be also celebrities. They would say, yes, I was tested and you should be angry because you should get the test. It should be available and accessible to everyone. So they are selling the tests and nobody wants them. So when people hear this, it was like, okay, what did I miss? Am I behind? Why people are asking for tests and I'm not asking for tests? And believe me, nobody's asking for testing. So they can swab their nose and nobody asks for testing. When someone goes to the hospital, they will sometimes test them or not, and sometimes they will just give them the diagnosis of COVID without any testing.
we have the greatest testing in the world. And don't forget, we have more cases.
And this is not true. He said we have the greatest testing in the world. He just says the word that people would like to hear. A test is a test. No matter where you are, on this planet, the testing something medically is the same thing. So this is just, he's a salesman. He's selling the speech. And I can tell you, this person does not decide. People who are doing all these plans and everything, there are people that you don't see. There are the government behind the government. I keep saying that. These people, then they don't get elected. They get selected by their leaders, that people you don't know.
Anybody in the world. But why? Because we do more testing. When you test, you have a case. When you test, you find something is wrong with people. If we didn't do any testing, we would have very few cases. They don't want to write that. It's common sense.
He's just saying, when you look at this character, he's all the time orange, and they skip the eyes area, the ears, the hands. You can see that there is two different colors and he's orange. Okay? There is a real reason for that. The orange is their color, is a Freemasonry color. It's not by coincidence that he's dressed like this and he looks like that, because he can be a little bit tan, but not orange. And he is all the time orange. This is a mock. This is to mock people. Okay?
I just have to point out that the president talking about they saying we want more. Are you talking about the American people who want more tests so they can map out and understand what this virus is?
Yes, he is referring to American people wanting more tests, but this is not true. They are just what they are making us to believe.
Because it sounds like you're talking about a bunch of babies who want pie.
Yes, that's exactly true. Like, yes, they make it look like it's something like very attractive, that people are looking for it. And it's not true.
This is the lack of understanding from this president and the lack of empathy. But most importantly, the lack of understanding as to what is needed in the United States of America to save lives and to stave off this pandemic, which is killing people by the day, is consistently staggering.
She made a good point that there is a lack of understanding, and that's also on purpose. That's also on purpose. That's why they selected the character Trump, that he was not a politician but so-called a rich man, and he's not a rich man, believe me. No rich man is gonna endure this type of work. He is an actor and he knows how to act clumsy. One day he's gonna tell you no, the virus is gonna disappear with no vaccines, and he goes to another channel, he's gonna say something, because every channel, every media has their own audience, and they have to go to give the script, adequate script to that audience, and that's why his narrative is all the time flip-flopping. Okay, so he is the perfect president to do this pandemic. So with confusion, with people lost, confused, this is part when how you create a fake pandemic. So no one's know what's happening, and when you hear the truth is gonna be also lost in all, in the middle of conspiracies and all the version of things, and people they just got lost, and they did it because people are lost as we speak. And that's why I am saying, I've been telling my friends and everybody that because most of my friends are Trump supporters, and they still believe that there is some type of election that people have the choice to elect, which is not true. This is very hard for people to believe that everything is staged. So I tell them, if you are Trump supporter, don't worry, he's going to be elected again in 2020, and they are going to make it a very tight fight. Okay, with now we start to see Obama again. You know, a few weeks now, a couple of weeks, he disappeared completely from the scene, and then we started to see him again. Because why? Because he's gonna say, okay, I don't know what's going on, and Trump administration is not doing this, handling this very well. They are all actors. Believe me, at the end of the day, they are same people. They are partying. They are laughing at us. They are going to make it tight, so people are going to divide again, and there is this pandemic on the top of it. That's why you can hear Trump saying, oh, the virus is a hoax, and the next day, oh, it's killing, and the other day, no, it's going to disappear, and the other day, we don't need vaccine. The next day or the next same day on another channel, yes, we need vaccine, and so forth. It's on purpose to confuse people, and they are buying time by doing so. Why they are buying time? Because they are rolling out all those towers, because this pandemic is created for to implement another world. There is AI, controlled by AI, and AI means they need a network connected to something like a AI central, and it's going to be connected to people via chips. So they need to roll out all those towers. And if people are in the streets, they are not going to allow that. That's why we need this pandemic to empty the street, especially at night after 6 p.m. So they have all their technicians rolling out those towers without any problem. And guess where they put them? They put them near schools and churches and where people gather the most. So when they hit them with the radiation, it's going to hit a lot of people.
Joining us now, the director of the Harvard Global Health Institute, Dr. Ashish Jha. He's a practicing physician and also a professor of medicine at the Harvard Medical School. I feel silly to ask you to comment on this, but there is a sense among the president that if you have testing, then you have more cases. And why would that be a bad thing, Dr. Jha?
Okay, I want to say something about this Dr. Shah. Since the resistance to Dr. Fauci, among people, we started to see this Dr. Shah. He is an actor too, okay? Or a doctor paid to say what they've been told to do so. Okay, they are not doctors that are going to tell you what they really believe. They did research. So this one started to emerge, and now we can see him almost everywhere. This Dr. Shah, same thing. He's doing the exact same thing as Dr. Fauci. He's gonna say the exact same thing they've been told to say.
Yeah, so good morning, Mika. So we're going to have cases either way, right? Testing doesn't give you cases. The virus gives you cases.
Right.
What testing does is lets you identify who's infected. And then if you trace their contacts and you isolate people who are infected, it lets you slow down the outbreak. This is, again, Outbreak 101, right? Disease Outbreak 101. So
Yeah, if you test and trace, so there are now a month ago it was just testing and vaccine. Now we hear testing, tracing, and vaccine and all that at once.
good morning, Mika. So we're going to have cases either way, right? Testing doesn't give you cases. The virus gives.
We're gonna have cases either way. They are manipulating the numbers, that's for sure.
Right.
What testing does is lets you identify who's infected, and then if you trace their contacts and you isolate people who are infected.
Isolate people, trace and isolate, and all these are martial laws. They are going to enforce that on us. To trace us, it is going to be mandatory. And then once they say, okay, you've been closer or in contact with someone who tested positive to COVID, they have the law in place already. I talked about it. So they are going to isolate it. And that means, because now it sounds like medical and nice and are organized, what that it means is the police is going to come to your house and take you or take your kids or your family members.
It lets you slow down the outbreak. This is, again, Outbreak 101, right? Disease Outbreak 101. So testing doesn't cause cases. The virus is doing that. But testing is really helpful in identifying and isolating those cases so other people don't get infected.
There is no virus outbreak 101. This is brand new. They've been telling us all these viruses over the 5-6 years before, and even before that, H1N1, SARS, Ebola, and suddenly those viruses disappeared. So also to confuse people, they would say, okay, so this virus can disappear as well. Like Trump was saying, it was like we've seen viruses that died, completely, and also that viruses that had outbreak. So all those were also stage events, okay? All those were stage events to get people ready to the virus stories, okay? To get people ready to those, and then to get ready for this pandemic. So this is how they do it. And Trump was so-called elected, I would say selected, put in place by the leaders in 2016. That tells you all this was planned. Okay, so they know they needed an actor who's gonna act clumsy. One day he's gonna say this, and the other day he's gonna say the opposite. One day he's gonna say, you can drink disinfectant and do the light and to the body, and the other day he's gonna say, oh, I was just joking and that was sarcastic. They really chose that character to do that. He's an actor. He is all the time reading off a script. He doesn't decide.
Hey, Dr. Jha, it's Willie. You testified actually at a congressional hearing. You talked about the importance of testing. You said it's the cornerstone of our approach here for us to get our arms around it. And some Republican members on that panel said you were being partisan by saying testing is important. How did you take that criticism? What did you understand that to mean?
Yeah, so I was a little puzzled by it, Willie, because, again, I don't know any public health person, any physician, anybody who's at all knowledgeable about this who thinks testing is not important. The White House thinks it's important, right, because they're testing their folks every day. So I was a little puzzled.
There's a reason they choose a character like that with an Indian name and Indian looking, because people are now, like, they were saying, okay, this is satanic, this is Rothschild, this is Rockefellers, and all these people are the Illuminati and satanic cult that are mostly represented by white men. And Dr. Fauci was like, yes, he is one of them, and there were a lot of rumors about that. So now they are putting this character here, as a doctor to show in the media, okay, with the books here again. That means he is very smart, and you can see this part of of earth. That means he is from this part here, okay? And this is like on purpose too, so people can trust, because the mistrust that they have for Fauci, now they are going to say, okay, this is a doctor, he would not be part of that cult because he's not a bloodline, and he cannot be a bloodline with this color and this, these features like an Indian person from India or Pakistan or somewhere around there. And that's why they put this character over here as a new doctor to speak
We
in the
need
media.
to keep the American people safe, and it has contributed to shutting down the American.
If you guys think that this is really a test, you must be dumb, and you have the right to say no. If they tell you you cannot go to the store, they say, so be it, I'm gonna sue. Don't let these people put this all the way in your nose. It's gonna hurt you. It's gonna do something. They are trying, probably this is contamination of something. Don't let people do that to you. Don't let people do that to you. Stand up for yourself. Use your brain. Use your brain. Say no. Stand up for yourself. Don't be in fear. Even if you're going to buy food, you just make a U-turn and go somewhere else. Don't be submissive. Don't be, trusting and whatever they tell you. A person like that with gloves, this masquerade here, this clown here. No, you say no. And they say you cannot go. You say why? Why cannot go? You have to be tested. No, I'm not sick. Stand up for yourself. If so many people, if so many cars say no one after another, these people will give up. But they have so many dummies coming one after another, giving them their nose or their throat or whatever they do. I will never let somebody do that to me. Seriously, I won't. And if they say something, no, this is my privacy, this is my health, there is a lot of laws for that. Don't let people do that. They say, no, I'm sorry, I'm just going to buy this and that's it. You cannot stop me here and you cannot do this to me. I need the law. They cannot do that to you. They can't. This is martial law. This is you obeying to something that you don't know. You never say yes, yes, yes to everything. They are not for your, they don't care about you.
Economy. I think that's just common sense. My sense is that pretty much everybody agrees with that. So I was puzzled.
They did that to every corner in the cities, everywhere. It's like the whole world is in construction. And guess what? The whole world is in construction to make it a new world order, to make it an AI controlled world, to make towers everywhere, to make us connected to that AI, to make us lose our consciousness. We are not humans anymore. We are controlled by the AI. This is a war, AI against humans. This is what it is. This is exactly what it is. Don't look what they did. We are not free to go to work. We're not free to take a walk. We're not free to go to the beach. We're not free to have a bike ride. We're not free to go with our families. If you do something, if you, God forbid, you do something like that, you will get arrested. This is what they do. You will get arrested.
That it was somehow partisan.
As you say, that comes directly from the White House task force as well, that testing is important, Doctors Fauci and Birx among them. We got the new CDC.
How dare them to do that? Seriously, to put all these kayas and all this masquerade here. Look at this plastic here. Is this like, seriously, I've never seen a virus like that. This is defying any medical science right there, right there. But does not make sense. It does not make sense. All that makes sense to me is control. Control, control, control. We are too many for them. They don't let us to live our life.
CDC guidelines out yesterday, Dr. Jha, a pared down version of the CDC's original 63-page proposal, very broad and leaving everything open to the states. As you read through those, how do you interpret them, and how should a governor, how should a municipality, how should the principal of a school, for example?
Seriously, when you look at pictures like that, they really make him look like a dummy. And this is what they want people to see. He's a clumsy, we don't know what's going on. There is a pandemic, there is a lethal virus out there, and everybody is like in the confusion. This is how you pull a pandemic on a planet, on a world. This is how you do it, with confusion. Otherwise, nothing's gonna make sense. But if you confuse people and you have to promote a lot of alcohol to them, you get them drunk and you give them some money. Now I heard that they will give them another round of stimulus check for everybody in the household, $1,200. What do you think they are doing? They are buying your freedom. They are buying your silence. They are buying your obedience. Why? Because they are installing a lot of towers. Okay? Because they plan to go with the plan to go with everything by July 31st. Okay? And giving you $600 a week on the top of unemployment, because they estimated that they will be done by then. Guess what? People were protesting and there was a lot of chaos, and there is a rebellion against Dr. Fauci, against Bill Gates. That was not predicted by them. Okay, so far we're doing great because they have to extend the stimulus, to give another stimulus check round again, and also to give another $600 till the end of 2020. But this is not good news. It's good news, yes, for now people can buy stuff and can pay the rent. I also heard that people would not have to pay the rent for 12 months or their mortgage. Yes, so that's good news for people, but they will betray you. They will betray you once they have everything in place. They will stop everything. Overnight, nobody's gonna receive a dime because they did it. So don't be thankful you have that money and you think, oh, your government cares about you. They don't. They are just buying time. Okay? Please understand that.
Walking around a plant in Pennsylvania, and
How come this president never have a mask on him? How come this orange face? This one behind him has gloves and everything, and now they all started to put masks and he never had that. Are they 6 feet apart from each other? These people in the government? We've been seeing them all together in front of cameras and talking and lying to us. Nobody has social distancing. Nobody's 6 feet away from each other. No, that's just for people, just for you. When you go buy your food, you have to respect that. And they have to swab your nose. Can you see that? Is this a joke? How this person does not have that?
was definitely close to people. He was not 6 feet away. I know he claims that he takes this rapid test every day, and as a result, he doesn't have it. There he is, kind of focusing his droplets toward people. Is it possible that he absolutely, positively does not have it? But back to masking. How effective is it if everyone does it?
The reason why he doesn't have a mask, because he has to talk, he has to breathe. Because when you have a mask, it's a symbol of slavery. This is how they were doing back in slavery days. So you cannot talk like that. You cannot breathe like that. You breathe back the carbon dioxide that you just exhaled. So you can. This person, they need this person, this actor, this character to do a lot of things, a lot of interviews. And I will do another video because there's another person playing the same thing, because people don't believe me. And I will do another video. It's gonna take me a lot of time. So for you to compare, they don't have same hands, they don't have same waist here. So I'm gonna do another video on that. So to show you that the reason they have this orange and this hair like that, because it's easy to have a mask like that too. So a lot of people can play, not a lot, good actors can play the same voice and this character. So I think at least there are two. So I will do another video on that later.
Yeah, so this is one where I have changed my views in the last 6.
Seriously, why they skip this area here, the white here, and the rest is orange, and the white here, or pink? Who has the white around the eyes? Only clowns have that. Do you see when they do those makeup with red nose, and the clowns have white around their eyes? This is a clown. This is a clown on you. This is a mock. We're giving you a clown, And clown also is very symbolic of Nazi movement, of race selection, of a war between races with division. So this is very symbolic that they put him this orange like that. As you can see, even here, there is a line here that it's white because he put like some glasses on him while they were spraying him with this orange. It's funny. Probably they put also something on his hair. This person can look tan but not orange. There's a lot of makeup product to look somebody a little bit tan but not orange, but this is on purpose. Believe me. I cannot believe if we really have a pandemic. I read in an economist article that they laid off 7 millions in health industry. Not only doctors, not only nurses, but people who work in health industry. Could be receptionists, could be drivers, could be 7 millions just in US alone. For the past 2 months since the lockdown, they laid off 7 millions. Laid off. They were gone. 7 million jobs in health industry. I will put the link below of the article that said that, because this is not something we hear in the news, but I do a lot of research, and this shows you that there is no pandemic, there is no hospitals that are overwhelmed. That's just on the TV.
Coming up, Ron Klain coordinated the U.S. response to Ebola. Now he's weighing in on America's fight against COVID-19. The former Obama advisor joins us straight ahead. Plus, President Trump is pushing Obamagate in the middle.
Yes, that's what I told you. They are going to make it the fight very, very tough, very tight between Democrats and Republican during the election time, because they want more chaos, more division, and more destruction. Why? Because the pandemic is going to be still on. Since from the moment they are giving another stimulus check and they are giving people 1 year free rent and 1 year not paying the mortgage, and until the end of 2020 getting $600 on the top of their unemployment money, because unemployment money is going to run out by November, December. Okay, so that means they are estimating that they are going to be done with the towers by then. And I'm going to tell you, my feeling in this is they're not. They're not. They have a lot of resistance, and we are waking up. I believe that's why I'm doing this channel. That's why I'm keeping myself loud on social media. I remember 2 months ago when I spoke about Bill Gates, it was a shock. Nobody was talking about him. It was still the good guy. I raised a lot of points about that, and people start to question. You need to question everything. Don't trust what you have in your TV. Okay, you need to question everything. And I have a list here of a lot of things that I want to show you. So for this pandemic and everything. So that's it for this video. Talk soon. Bye bye.